Now that we have an animation with the house spinning here, we've done some work, but I have not yet saved my Blender file. That's not good. Before I save it, I'm going to go down here to External Data and have Blender actually pack those texture files into the Blender file. So right here it says pack 6 files into Blender. I no longer have to worry about that separate folder with the textures in it. I can transfer just this Blender file and everything needed is already inside. Let's go ahead and save this. Save as. Make sure I'm in the SketchUp project folder, and untitled of course should be changed to whatever date you're working on. And then this is simple house and your name. Now this is a .blend file. Now I want to export this. I don't know what it's going to look like until I render it. Here's my render options. And if you render an individual, of course you can F3 save that, but we want to make a video. However, a full high resolution 100% Blu-ray resolution video is going to take almost a whole class period more than likely. So what we need to do is make a small test version first. Pressing escape, and I'm going to reduce my percentage down to, let's say, 20%. Before I hit render animation, I'm also going to decide where it's going to go. Your default with this preset is the H drive, but that's going to get filled up very quickly. So you need to get in the habit of deciding where it's going to go, not the H drive, but the Documents, SketchUp folder. And we need to give this file a name. Again, 200124 is a good name. I've already got a couple of those, so I'm going to make this the B version. And simple house. I also want to put in what percent I rendered it at, but don't use the percent symbol. Please spell it out. The percent symbol is not a good thing to have on there. And adding your name is usually a good idea as well. Once you accept that, go ahead and save it again, because you've made some serious changes here. If it crashes during animation, we want to be able to pick that up again. I'm going to click animation here, and it's rendering it out. You can watch it happen, and you can see it's going pretty fast. The nice thing is when you do your higher percent render, or even now, you can go back to SketchUp, you can work on another model, you can do other work, and it can render this in the background. It's actually creating that file here in the SketchUp folder. If I look at it, you can see it has 0 kilobytes. It's not an MP4 file like we exported from SketchUp. Not yet. We're doing little simple ones. If something interrupts this, you end up with nothing. We're going to be rendering out as individual frames when we do our full high resolution version, but for a quick version from Blender itself, it's nice to have an actual video to play. You can actually upload these MKVs directly to YouTube as well, so it does work for that, but you won't have the transparency or very high quality with something like this. So as you can see, it just takes a very short amount of time when we've reduced the percentage, and this is going to be very pixelated, but we understand that, and we're really just looking to see if it stays on the screen, the actual movement, and where the light is shining off of. When it's done, it's actually handy. You can actually say, just play that video for me, and it'll open it up, and you can see, yes, it is pixelated, but we get a pretty good idea of what that final version is going to look like. And then when you're done, you can just say, okay, now let's render a large high resolution version, and we'll see how long that takes. We don't want the same name though. We're going to change it and say 100%. You'll see the difference in the file size and everything when it's done. So now that I've done 100%, I'm ready for that one. I've saved it again, and I'm going to say render this one as well. You can see we have to zoom out quite a bit. There's a lot more pixels being calculated, and that was just the first frame being done. So it'll take a little while for this one to be ready.